All right, here we are, our 2017 Harris Grand Mariner 230 Tritoon for sale. We're here in the beautiful freshwaters of Norris Lake, Tennessee. And I should go ahead and point out there is going to be a transferable slip with this one. It is not the slip this boat is in right now. We've got this just pulled into a courtesy slip right here. The slip that's transferable with this one is actually going to be a covered slip. And it has a front mount Ozark boat lift. I believe it's about a 6,400 pound capacity boat lift that's going to be available for an additional purchase. So if anybody wants basically a turnkey setup down here on Norris, if you're in need of a slip, and you'll have the option to make an additional purchase for that boat lift and transfer that slip. And of course, also if you've already got a home for it, we can also assist in getting it to your home, whether it's transporting on the water here on Norris Lake, or setting you up with the local transporter, or even one of our nationwide transporters to have this taken to you wherever your slip is of your choice. There's no trailer included with this one, but should you desire to have a trailer as well, feel free to reach out to us. We can also help acquire a brand new trailer for you, if that's something that you would be of interest. Just be sure to reach out to us through the website. Now, we do not monitor YouTube comment page, so if you do have any questions about this one, want to set up a time to come view it in person, submit an offer, anything like that, you're going to want to do so through our website, which is at www.yournewboat.com. For your convenience, as usual, there will be a direct link down in that video description that's going to take you right to the listing page for this one. Now, once you make it there, you're going to see, of course, all of our contact information. You'll be able to reach out to us by phone, by text, by email. You're also going to see that current asking price, as well as all the features and options, upgrades, everything like that. Now, if you notice any discrepancies between something that we say in the video and what's posted online, always go by what's online. What's online is going to be verified. That's going to be factual. And usually, if we do notice, we do make a mistake in our dialogue as we go through a video tour, we'll try to note those down in that video description as well. So, all right, let's move along with this one. Again, this is the 2017 Harris Grand Mariner 230. Now, that 230 model number might lead you to believe this is a 23-foot boat. This is actually going to be a 25-foot boat. And that is because we've got a little bit of an extended swim deck on this one. Now, it's going to be a little bit hard for me to show you from here, but I think this will give you an idea. So right about here, you can kind of see where that pontoon stops, but that deck keeps going. Now that deck kind of goes around, it's a little bit curved, so it's going to be a little bit deeper as you get closer to that engine. But we do have a little bit of an extended swim deck right there. So your length, basically from the back of the swim deck up to the forward part of our pontoon, I believe that's what came in about 25 feet. Now your true LOA, your LOA is your length overall. That's when you're going to take into account of the extra room for that engine back there. That's going to take you up to about a 27-foot LOA. But we'll have those exact measurements, again, listed at the website down in the specs for this one. So now if you're watching this on a device that does not allow you to view that video description, you can always just go straight to the website. Again, it's just yournewboat.com. And when you do make it there, you're going to see some orange lettering. Look for that Find Your New Boat button in the top left-hand corner. When you click that, it's going to load all of our inventory and order price. You're going to recognize this one, and all you got to do is just scroll down until you get to it. Again, it's the 2017 Harris Grand Mariner 230. We're probably going to have a nice aerial shot of this one with just the boat in the water. So this one's rated for 13. We've got 3 entry gates on this one. Well, actually, 4 entry gates on this one, but this is going to be your traditional bow entry gate. I'll go ahead and open this so you can see. We walk through right there. Notice that hinge almost goes to full length. You get a little bit of a spring in there, so that's going to kind of help lift that a little bit as well. You've got a nice little door catch right there. You've also got this door stop that goes to almost the full length of the door as well. It's going to help that from going too far forward. And then you've got the other door stop there. It's going to hold that open when you do have it open. We've also got this luxury woven Seagrass beach weave flooring. It's like a vinyl flooring, super nice on your bare feet. It doesn't get too hot. So it's almost got like just a little bit of a cushion to it when you step on it. And it's also going to be a whole lot easier to maintain and care than those old days of the marine carpeting in our pontoon boats. Now, don't think this so much as a pontoon. We are a Tritoon here. What you get with the Tritoon is a lot better performance. It's going to handle more like a boat. We've also got that aluminum underskin decking. It's going to keep basically a nice smooth surface down through there. And then this is our lifting strakes right here. So you got a lifting strake here, another lifting strake right there on the that inner center pontoon. These are 25-inch diameter pontoons. Again, we've got that aluminum underskin. It's going to cut down on some wind drag. It's also going to kind of help protect the underneath of the deck here. And those lifting strakes, we've also got lifting strakes on the outside here. This one might be a little bit harder to see because of that reflection. Oh, I'm sorry. No, the outer tunes are just going to have those lifting strakes on the inside. The center tune's got the lifting strakes on both sides. Those are 6-inch lifting strakes. And that's really what's going to help this one handle a little bit more like a boat. You actually feel a little bit of a banking on your turns. This will have a much smaller turn radius than your typical pontoon. So, all right, let's go ahead and step on inside. This one does have the upgraded pillow top upholstery right here. It's going to give you a nice soft cushion. Of course, we've got the roto-molded plastic sided under seats and all your storage. You've got storage under every one of these. I'll raise this one right here, maybe. So this is all plastic, roto-molded plastic seat bases right here. There's no wood in your furniture bases here. We've got a couple items stored in there. That's going to be your pole and your mount for a removable lounge table. That will mount right here. This is just a cover right there. Going to keep you from stubbing your toe on it. Well, I thought I could do this with one hand. There we are. So that's where that mount goes right there. Again, this is just kind of just little cover right there. Now I've got our accent lights turned on. You can see a little bit of a rope light down here at your seat base, as well as all of our speakers are lit up. Just up here in the bow, we've got 3 JL Audio cockpit speakers and a nice large JL Audio subwoofer. We're gonna have what we got in this one. Let's see. We got 6 what I would call cockpit speakers. Those are going to be kind of in the interior of the boat. And we've got another pair on the swim deck. So you're going to have 8 JL Audio speakers, 1 JL Audio subwoofer, and then of course we've also got 2 JL Audio amplifiers. I'll show you here in a moment. This is going to be your in-floor center pontoon storage right there. That storage built into that center tune. There's also a bilge pump down in there. It's going to have an automatic float for it. It's going to kick on if you happen to be out and you get rainwater in there. Of course, if you're putting wet items in there as well, eventually those items are going to kind of drain, and we'll collect some water in there. So that bilge pump's in there just to keep that out. So we've got fold-down cup rest up here in the bow. Okay, those are easy to operate. It's nice having those. Also, like, kudos to Harris, although maybe the owner did this, but you've got a little fire extinguisher inside logo right here on the exterior, and that fire extinguisher is mounted in a bracket underneath that cushion right there. So here's our other entry gate right here. It's going to be over here on the port side. Same thing as the front. It's got a little pad right there. That's actually a little sound dampening pad right there. It's going to cut down on that door rattling whenever you have it in that closed position. And then I should also point out this right here. Now this is just a storage compartment. This is where an optional pop-up changing room can go. This, if you feel like the changing room is on your must-have list, if that's a feature that your family is after, don't count this one out because you can easily add that. It's a very easy add. You're going to have a little frame right here, 2 gas shocks that get mounted, some canvas that goes with that, and that can raise up and give you privacy. And then, of course, that can fold back down flat, and then you simply just push this back down, just opposite of how we pull it up. Directly behind that, on the other side of that port entry gate, we've got a nice little isotherm 12-volt refrigerator built in. We've also got 12-volt power outlet right here. Got 2 lighted cup holders. And this is going to be a little self-draining cooler right here. There's your drain plug for it. And then we've also gotten a little bit more surfaces, you've got that just simply folds right up, snaps into place. And here's this isotherm. Again, this is a little 12-volt refrigerator. Got a small little ice chest in here as well. That can save you a whole lot of ice. All right, over here at our driver's helm, of course, we've got the raised driver station right here. I like that a lot. That's going to help you see over your bow when you've got a full load of people in here. Again, this one is rated for 13, so you can have a crowd with you. Of course, you've got the fold-up armrest on it. Tilt steering wheel. We've got power-assisted steering. And the Mercury DTS. The DTS stands for Digital Throttle and Shift Controller right there. That's basically drive-by-wire. Nice, real smooth shift and throttle on this one. Very super smooth steering. Now I've got all of our, well, most of our toggle switches on. We've also got some docking lights up there on the bow of the boat. And we have function tested everything on here. All 8 of our speakers and subwoofer all powered up, work just fine. All of our switches up here worked. Our underlights function. Our cup holder lights function. Now it's a little bit harder to see with the sun down, but those are all lit up. And of course, those courtesy lights are going to be that under seat lighting. What we go through here. Underwater lights, I'll show you that in a minute. This is just going to be able to increase or decrease your panel lights when your navigation lights are on. We also function test those navigation lights. Those are all ready to go. There's the underdeck lights, and this is going to be the bilge pump for inside that ski locker. There's going to be your horn switch right there. You've got a small little lockable glove box just below your ignition key. 12-volt power outlet right there. Then up here at our dash, our gauges, we've got your fuel gauge. That's going to be a GPS speedometer. We've got a Simrad MFD. MFD stands for multi-function display. This comes integrated with a little chart plotter and your depth sonar fish finder. Currently in 15 feet of water. This is going to have all kinds of other little data points on here. You can pretty much customize these displays. You can just have your chart plotter. You can just have your sonar display. You can do the combination like we're doing right now. We're also showing your depth finder. Of course, you've got your depth finder in two areas. Your water temperature is being displayed right there. That's going to be your speed over ground, and then that's your battery voltage right there. Now we've got, this one's got like a Smartcraft gauge right here, and you've got a lot of different features built in on this, and this can tell you a whole lot. And then, well, before I forget, there's your drive trim gauge right there. It's also going to have drive trim as an option to view on this one. So I've got this on the hour screen right now. We got 134 engine hours, 12.4 battery volts, and then that's going to be a digital RPM readout. You can toggle through here. We've got trim. That's going to be a troll. This is basically going to allow you to power this boat at a trolling speed. If you're wanting to do some fishing, you'll be able to do that with this control and that Mercury digital throttle shift controller. And there's your tachometer, your speed, your coolant temp, and your water pressure of the engine. And then that's going to be the same thing, oil temp and oil pressure. And then this is your fuel flow rate. This will tell you real time fuel economy. That GH is gallons per hour. So while you're actually out cruising this, you can kind of keep an eye on how much fuel you're consuming. Sometimes you can just slow down maybe about 5 miles an hour and make a big difference in your fuel burn rate. And then that's back where we started. Now this is just one screen right here. That's in the propulsion area right there. You've got another whole view in here for vessel. Let's see if we click into that. This is going to let you dial in kind of your fuel economy. There's your trip data right there. It's going to be your speed, your total distance, how much fuel you've used, how much time you've been out, and that's going to be your fuel range. There's your that's going to be trim, your engine water pressure and tachometer, and that's going to be your digital fuel tank gauge, 33.6 gallon. I believe this is about a 50-gallon fuel tank, and then that's back to where we started. But again, a lot of different options on this. You go to this favorite ones, and this just kind of toggles through these. So you put any display you like right there, and you go to that screen when you're underway, and that's going to kind of constantly be changing, so you can see where things are at there with whatever you select as your favorite. So I'll take it back there to that. I think it was the propulsion here. That's where we had the engine hours. Yep, on that one right there. Now that's displaying starboard right there. This is a single engine boat. Essentially, this same gauge would be customized for twin engines, and you can decide if you're starboard engine, port engine, or probably even more. So this one, just when they set up that engine for the starboard engine right there. So bumped our screen over here. Let me clear that cursor. All right, let me pull back now. Really nice, well laid out dash. Here's going to be your master JO audio head unit for that stereo. This stereo is going to be AM, FM. Let me go ahead and mute that right there. Actually, I got to hit that one for mute. All right. We got AM, FM, Sirius XM, satellite ready, USB. All right, we've also got the USB, Bluetooth, auxiliary input, as well as your weather band. And this is going to be your NOAA, your NOAA weather radio. Let's see, I think we're maybe just barely out of range of that one. So depending on your antenna, it kind of sounds like that wants to come in. But that's going to be like your weather alerts, thunderstorm warnings, and things like that. And of course, you can shift that however you like. Go back into there, and then of course you got your volume controls, mute, and everything else. So, all right, we'll go ahead and kill that one. Now, touched on our refrigerator. There's two more of those 8 JO audio speakers. Got the same lighted speakers and that accent lighting just below. Nice large Bimini top. I believe that's 12-foot Bimini top. We'll try to have that listed at the website. And then we do have a low entry gate right here. So if you've got young ones or pets, and you keep them enclosed, you're going to be able to do that. And of course, I like too that's got that little hole to go in there on both sides so that can kind of lock into place. And this is the single rear lounge seating layout. So we kind of have that traditional L-shaped seating layout with your two nice lounge seats up there in the front. But you've got a lot more versatility back here in the rear half of the boat with this seat option. So simply go to the rear facing. You've got a little catch right here. All you've got to do is kind of hold this catch in, start pulling that back, and then that's going to lock that into place. So now you're rear facing, and you put your feet up, or at least your 2 or 3 of your passengers can. And we've got a stereo remote back here, another 12-volt power outlet, and this is also going to be your an auxiliary input for that stereo. 4 lighted cup holders right there beside on this. Well, it's going to be the port side, and then 2 more over here on the starboard side of this rear lounge seat. Before I leave or go any farther, I do want to point out we've got inside this little lock console right here, we do have our USB and auxiliary input for that stereo right here as well. So you're going to have that option right there in that little lockable glove box. And of course, again, there's that other 12-volt power outlet. There are 3 12-volt power outlets, so that's going to be one of them right there. There's your second one right there, and then a little bit earlier, that was here's your third right up here next to that 12-volt refrigerator. And then, and again, you've got that second auxiliary input back here at your SunLounge, along with that stereo remote. And there's even another stereo remote down here if you're actually in the water, don't want to get out, but you want to turn up the volume on your favorite song, you're going to have that option right there. And that's just going to be a short reach from the top of your 4-step swim boarding ladder. One of 4 pull-up stainless steel cleats, tie-up cleats. This ski tow bar right here is completely removable. And just simply in a little, you see that right there? This is simply just pulls up and lifts all the way out of there. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put that back down. Okay, now we're locked in place right there. And of course we do have, get these little chains back here, your safety chains back here that will click into place. You kind of got those on both sides. That's why I kind of hesitated when I said this is a 3-gate layout. Get a little bit of a catch on there. I actually kind of like that. Gives you a little give, and what it does is it kind of keeps that tight. So let's see, where boat is about out of tricks here. We got a few more. We have an onboard battery charger. This is going to be your connection for it. All you've got to do is simply plug an extension cord into there, and then that's going to turn on a 3-bank battery charger. That's a 13-amp battery charger. Now under this seat right here, this is on a hinge. We've got another self-draining cooler right here. So it makes 2 self-draining coolers. Actually, let me think here. Yeah, that makes 2. I'm gonna show you 2 more, I think, before we're done. All right, this right here, we've got a tube line in here. This is actually your larger self-draining cooler right here. The whole thing will drain. Of course, you can also throw wet items in there, life jackets and things like that, and let them drain on out. All right, stick that back in place. We'll close it. All right. I'm gonna go back on around. So we had the self-draining cooler here. 2 back there in the back. I'll raise this or push this seat forward here. Battery switch is going to be right in this compartment here. Battery selector switch, go from battery 1 to battery 2. These 2 little bolts right here is actually a place to jump your battery. Well, get those covers back on there. And that is there. Important to keep those on there. Mostly get anything metal down there, but we've got a small little hatch right here. See the seat beside me raising up? I believe we were just the 3 self-draining coolers. And if I start to think there was a 4th, I don't think I missed one. Okay, here's your 3 batteries right here. We've got 2 MSD or Marine Start batteries. These are MS24s. Those are both 2017. And then we've got a Deep Cycle 27, Group 27 battery. That one's from 2019. This one's going to be running that 12-volt refrigerator. And then, of course, these are your 2 start batteries that you've got the battery switch to select between. Here is that onboard battery charger right there. That's a Pro Mariner 3-bank 13-amp battery charger. 2 of those amps are, or 2 of those banks are 5 amps, and the 3rd is a 3 amp. All right, let me go ahead and lower that on down. So yeah, so those little jump posts are actually there in case you ever, if those ever drain completely, you cannot get them recharged. I'll let you put a jump box there, and then you can actually raise that hatch and replace those batteries. Battery selector switch. It's good practice to alternate your use on battery 1 to battery 2. That way, anytime you're out running, the other one's getting a nice charge. Now, of course, you've also got the option to plug this into that 12-volt charger anytime you're at the slip. But if you're not using that charger during the season, a lot of people use that maybe in the off season, keep those batteries fresh. During the winter when the boat's not being used a whole lot. Then during the season, if best practice, alternate between battery 1, battery 2. Really kind of depends on your boating habits. If you're only boating 2 days out of the week, battery 1 the first day, battery 2 the second day. If you're boating a lot, maybe during middle of the summer when you're using the boat several days in a row, a good way to do it is odd number days, use battery 1, even number days, use battery 2. So, all right, now is the wear and tear portion of a video tour. Basically at the end of all of our photo slideshow tours and our video tours, we get towards the end, we're going to start showing you any wear and tear. Although I didn't really show you our engine too much here. This is the 300, it's a Mercury, it's a 2016 Mercury 300 Pro 4-stroke supercharged. 300 horsepower, and again about 134 engine hours on that. We got a 3-blade stainless steel prop. All right, we saw very little wear and tear on this one. I don't think I saw anything on the interior of this one. On the exterior, see if I can find it here. There was one little scratch. Yep, here it is. We got a small little scratch right here. We got a few other minor scratches. Let me see if I can find the other one. Okay. Well, and this is some of that, some of those little minor scratches on there. That's going to be from putting those easy clips on the cover. Sometimes those scratch right there. Right here this is that other little mark. Small little mark right there. Thought I saw one right there. Little bit of a scratch right in here. And then here's another one right there. Okay, this one right here below our Harris logo. That might be something right there. Now, off the front of the boat, let me climb on off. Two very minor little areas right here. Little bit of a scratch into that finish on this aluminum paneling here. This is all aluminum, so anything right here, this is all purely cosmetic. And then same sort of mark over here on this side, right there. That's probably the worst of it right there. Again, that's all on aluminum, so you're really not harming anything. But, as usual, we try to show our inventory as accurately as possible. So if we see a mark, we're going to try to show you before you travel any distance to view it. And again, in addition to this video tour, it's going to be a full photograph slideshow tour over at the website. And yeah, traditionally, all these same marks we're going to point out in the video tour, they're also going to be in that photo slideshow tour. We'll kind of do a model walk around kind of the same way we do our video tours. Some aerial shots, and then kind of going through the interior. And then typically we're going to kind of show you a look down underneath the pontoons, and then we'll show you that wear and tear photos on there. So again, this is that 2017 Grand Mariner 230. It's about 25 feet long. We have 300 horsepower provided by that Mercury Pro 4-stroke supercharged outboard motor. Very clean 2-owner boat. Again, this has been here since it was new. Slip is transferable. That front mount Ozark boat lift is going to be available for an additional purchase. If anybody's looking for turnkey setup, you'll have the option to with this one. And again, just feel free to reach out to us through the website if you got any questions about this one. I do like to remind you, if you call us and you get our voicemail, you want to return phone call, please just make sure you leave us a message. If you leave us a detailed message, let us know what questions you have and what listing you're looking at. As soon as we either get back into sales service area or finish up with the customer, we'll receive that message, return your call, and have those answers for you. And then also, if you send us an email, if it's been one business day, have not gotten an email reply, please check your spam folder. We have a high rate of our email replies end up in people's spam folders. And otherwise, that's it for our public service announcements. Two things be coming up over top of your screen right now as we wrap up. One's going to be a shortcut to our current listings playlist. If you do not want to leave YouTube but want to see what else we have available, That current listings playlist is going to be the best place to look, other than our website. And then the other icon popping up over top of your screen is going to be a shortcut to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's going to give you a heads up anytime a new video post through our YouTube channel. So basically going to keep you notified anytime a new listing comes available. So that's all for today. Again, it's 2017 Harris Grand Mariner 230 Tritoon with that 300 horsepower Mercury 4-stroke supercharged outboard motor, 134 engine hours. Again, thank you for joining us, and website's got all the rest of the details and info. Thank you again.